everybody, this is ecargmura. Welcome to my review of The Summer Car Died episode 4. Sorry it's late. I wonder if this episode is about Yoshiki having closure to the original Hikaru's death because it seems like he finally found the moment to finally cry for him. It makes me wonder if that's it for closure or if the original Hikaru would continue to haunt the narrative as his family seems to be important to the story. The OG Hikaru sure is an enigmatic presence. While I may be an anime-only viewer of this anime, I do know the also famous LGBT or the homosexuals manga panel, depending on what version you read. I've seen people fretting over on how the scene will be translated in the anime or on whether Netflix will use the former or latter. To be honest, I find the scene intriguing because of the word choices Hikaru and Yoshiki use. Yoshiki used the word homosexual compared to Hikaru, who used the more casual and commonly used LGBT to describe someone who's in love with the same sex. Why I find this interesting is because Yoshiki is implied to be intelligent and the type who would leave the city, so it feels like it's befitting for Yoshiki to use bigger words and proper terminology to describe stuff compared to OG Hikaru, who's more casual and used the more commonly used terminology, which is LGBT. It gives off the sense that Yoshiki is too smart for the boonies and doesn't feel like he belongs. While Hikaru is more to the flow and probably the type that picks up words that he learns either by word of mouth or on television. It was nice seeing the two spend their time at the festival with Hikaru. I do wonder why she doesn't go to school. Was she bullied? Is she a lesbian? There has to be some reason why, right? Will it get explored? I think the first episode stated that Hikaru is a middle school student, so she's around 13. Yoshiki is 17, so the siblings have a 4-year age difference. I do like that Yoshiki is a sweet older brother towards Hikaru. Usually siblings are depicted roasting or teasing each other, but Yoshiki is a pretty chill older brother who tries to encourage his sister with positive feedback, like commenting on how she got praised for looking cute in her yukata, and also telling her to say words of gratitude to the man who gave her takoyaki. I found all the Tanaka stuff to be most intriguing since it's a lot of world building with how there are several villages in the area the story takes place in and how the other villages have churches in them while Kubitachi only has a shrine. I'm not too sure on whether Japan practices Christianity or Catholicism more in rural areas. Please let me know if you know. I'm really interested to see how religion plays a role in this story since it doesn't seem like a very common thing in most Japanese stories. I also find it interesting how his hamster made noise for the first time since its debut, and it was when Hikaru made contact with the barrier. Are hamsters known for detecting ghosts, or does Tanaka have one because he likes small critters? By the way, I saw a post on Twitter describing Tanaka as a hear me out. If you don't know what that is, it's basically a way to describe how you find a supposedly unattractive character attractive. Tanaka is a conventionally attractive man, so having him as a hear me out is redundant. It also seems that Asako has some supernatural sense as she can hear ghosts. Can she see them too? What does this bring to the story? Will Asako play a bigger role later on? I'm also curious about what Kureyabayashi was doing at the end of the train tracks, where Asako was during the day. Does she do this regularly, whenever she senses a spirit? It was a surprise to see how the original Hikaru died at the post-credit scene. He got distracted by the Kirby tree and slipped. It was rather sweet that he had regrets like leaving his mother alone and not wanting to see Yoshiki be sad and lonely without him. It does make me wonder if the original Hikaru had feelings for Yoshiki that he wasn't aware of. I mean, if the monster has feelings for Yoshiki, it definitely has to come from the original's feelings, right? I was surprised to learn that Ryoko Shiraishi voices Mrs. Tsujinaka. If you're not familiar with Shiraishi, she's a well-known voice actress. Some of her roles include the Spider Sister from Demon Slayer, Chocho from Boruto, and Hiroshi from Hell Teacher Nube that's currently airing in the same season. Kaoru is voiced by Seika Hirose, who's a rookie. I want to know what that ghost deal is. How much longer will it take for Tanaka to meet Hikaru? I want to know what happens if they meet. I also commend the author for the world building and suspense. They really know how to form a compelling story. Let me know your thoughts on this episode. And this was ecargmura. If you like this video, let me know, and check the descriptions if you want to click onto links to my blog, social media, etc. And I'm gonna be signing out. Have a great day.